Hi.
Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
I'm Nao.
No, I'm MIKA.
Hello. 皆さんこんにちは。TVGroove の小西直です。本日はミラクルポッププリンスことMIKAさんにお越しいただきました。Welcome back to Japan.
Thank you so much.
ありがとうございます。早速質問させていただきたいと思います。今回がおよそ1年ぶりの来日となるかと思うんですが、いかがですか？
Japan is much, well, it's colder this time. It's 9 months since I was here, and I'm playing bigger venues.
Yeah.
And I have to say that to come back to Japan 9 months since I was here is a real privilege, and especially to do bigger venues and the very prestigious venues. And so I feel very, very lucky. It's a really special place. It's always been a special place for me to tour, to release records. People listen to music in a very special way, and so for a musician, it's just a dream, really.
今お話にあった通り、ツアーで今回はいらっしゃって、で大阪ですでに公演が行われたと思うんですけれども、こちらはいかがでしたか？
The show in Osaka was really interesting because it was at the Grand Cube venue, and so the seats are very comfortable, and so everyone was kind of sitting there like this, and I was like, come on, and so what I did is I took someone from the audience and I put her on stage and I said dance, and so she started to dance and everyone else started to dance too, and everyone got up. It was very fun.
How about Tokyo?
Tokyo, if I have to get someone to dance, I'll get someone to dance in order to make everyone dance. And also, the other day in Osaka, I went into the audience, in the crowd, and I sang a song from the crowd. And they were all a bit like, this is not supposed to happen.
まだこの時点では東京公演が行われてないんですけども、実際何が起こったか、ファンの皆さんぜひぜひお楽しみにということなんですけども、今ちょっとお話に出ましたが、日本のファンはいかがですか？
Okay, the Japanese fan is, I mean, you know, there's sometimes like the idea that a Japanese fan just like is excited, and so, it's not true. Japanese fan's really serious.
Yes.
The Japanese fan is a fan that observes detail, and so from the artwork to the clothes to the embroidery to the set to the changes in a song, they look at and listen and look at all the details. And so you feel like all this hard work that you do is not for nothing. It's worth it because they're going to actually see it. And so that's why it's such a good feeling.
ディテールっていうお話が出ました。今日もすごくおしゃれな格好をしていらっしゃって、靴とかもすごく素敵な。
Talk about details. You're very, very fashionable, especially your shoes.
So these shoes, my shoes are custom Valentino. Because they make all my clothes. So Maison Valentino Couture makes all my clothes for television, for stage shows, for everything. And they made me a suit with eyes because they saw that I was drawing eyes in my album. And then one day they were like, you know what, we decided we're going to send you some shoes too. So they made these. So they're very special.
すごく貴重なお話伺いました。ぜひぜひ皆さんライブに行く際はいろんな衣装の細かいところにも注目してください。で次に CD について聞かせていただきたいんですけども、日本では最新アルバムこちらですね、MIKAとモントリオール交響楽団という作品がリリースされたばかりなんですけれども、こちらは一体どういう作品でしょうか？
It's an album that's made with the musicians that play in Kent Nagano's Maestro Nagano's orchestra. And it's 120 musicians, and it's a collection of songs from all of my albums, from all 4 of my albums, and it sounds like you're walking into the soundtrack of an MGM movie from the 1940s or a Disney film from the 20s. It's just like fantasy, and I was listening to Fantasia, I was listening to Singing in the Rain, and I was like, listen, why not do my songs like that? Why not?
すごく壮大に仕上がっているというふうにおっしゃってたんですけども、実際にオーケストラと共演してみてどういうコンセプトというかお話をされましたか？
My concept was to only use instruments from the orchestra. No electric guitars, no drums, nothing. Only the instruments of the orchestra. And to stand there on my own and really tell stories. And I can't tell you, the first rehearsal, I was like trembling because I'm standing there singing on my own and there's 120 people behind me like looking at me.
Yeah.
And it was no safety net, no safety zone, just danger.
すごく聴いているだけでも結構緊張するんですけれども、全部のアルバムから曲が入っているってさっきおっしゃってましたが、特にこの曲のこの仕上がりはお気に入りみたいなのありますか？
In the album, I have to say, Over My Shoulder came out really amazing. It's really special. And also Boom Boom Boom. And Grace Kelly sounds good too, because this sounds like just like a, cinematic.
で次にこちらの作品も含めグラフィックについて聞かせていただきたいんですけども、MIKAさんはグラフィックデザイナーとしての顔も持たれているということで、かなり毎回アートワークが
はい With my sister.
Your sister?
Yeah, my sister and me.
一緒にやられてるってことなんですか？
We did it in my kitchen.
キッチンお料理
We were drawing at my kitchen table and we made that. But the photographs are by Peter Lindbergh.
毎回そうなんですか？
Every time it's us, yeah. And we make drawings in the same way that I make music. It's just, you make it with what you have in front of you.
結構中身もこんな感じで凝ってらっしゃるんですけど、こちらもキッチン生まれなんでしょうか？
Yeah, everything. It's made with cutting out pieces of paper. So we got cut out pieces of paper, we stuck them together, then we scanned them and then we placed them.
まさかの台所生まれということでびっくりしたんですけど、これ作っている時にどういったお話されてたとか覚えてらっしゃいますか？
Yeah, I remember the conversation. It was a bit like, it was all about the emotion of the people. If they felt too real, then it looked weird. They had to feel like pieces of paper coming to life. And I kept on doing these funny shapes. Like I was like, I want the piano man to be like this. She was like, but the piano should be like this. It's like, no, I want him like this. Because it's about emotion, graphics like that, especially this type of graphic which is based on like old Hitchcock and Saul Bass posters and Hitchcock posters. The paper, the cut out pieces of paper represent, to have the right energy, they have to have the right shape. So when we talk about graphics, we often, me and my sister, just like when I'm in the studio, I talk about energy. It's like, does it communicate the right energy? If it does, then it'll work.
そういった経緯が生まれた作品ということでした。ありがとうございます。次に聞かせていただきたいのが、デビューに至るまで一体どういった経緯を経てきたのかをお聞かせください。
I was kicked out of school. And I had nothing to do. And I was 11 years old and I started to sing, and then eventually I got a job at the Royal Opera House singing classical music, and then I started making television commercial jingles for like chewing gum companies, and then I wanted to write, so I wrote, and then I went to conservatory to study as a baritone when I was 18 years old. And I left there to make my first album. It's something that was not easy. I mean, I started working, my first job was when I was 11. So and now I'm 32.
Yeah.
So it's really like a long, funny road. I think, but when I got my record deal, because I got a phone call, someone said to me, you know what, there's this really important man, his name is Lucien Grange, and he wants to hear you sing. I was like, well, what do? He goes, well, no one has a piano. I was like, well, I don't know what you want me to do. I said, will you come to my house? He said, no, he doesn't want to go to your house. I was like, okay, fine. There's a hotel nearby my mother's house. I'll play for him in the lobby of the hotel, 3 songs, and then he can decide. I went to the hotel, I sang 3 songs in the lobby in front of everybody else, and he signed me 30 minutes later. Yeah, and all the tourists were like, What's he doing?
Yeah, I
It's like,
think
"Ah!"
なんかすごく変わった経緯を経てきてるんですけれども、MIKAさんにとってまず音楽っていうものは一体どういう存在なんでしょうか？
Music for me is like perfume. It doesn't really mean anything, but you can't imagine not having it.
あ
It's like, what does smell mean to you? Well, it doesn't really mean anything. It's the memories that you associate to the smell that make it mean something. I think that music always exists, whether it's R&B, whether it's classical music, or whether it's the music of a train as it passes by. That's music, you know, or a bird singing, that's music. And it's just sound and rhythm. We associate different things with it. And so I think it's not what it means to me. It means everything.
現在MIKAさんはイタリアでテレビ番組 X ファクターの審査員を務めていたりだとか、フランスではザ・ボイスのコーチをされているとか、かなり日本も含めいろんな場所で活躍されてるんですけども、
はい。
特に好きな国は
ピンポンIncluding Japan, I like my kitchen because in my kitchen I have a fridge, and in the fridge I can cook everything in the fridge, and I have my dogs. But I never get to go to my kitchen. So you like the place where you can't go. If I was always in my kitchen, I'd tell you that I wanted to go to Rome. But because I'm always going to Paris and Rome and all these different places around the world, I just want to go to my kitchen.
で、今年はまずどういう1年にしていきたいですか？
I think this year is going to be difficult in the world. I think it's already starting off quite difficult. So I think it's not a year for consuming or spending. I think it's a year for creating. Because it's only through creativity and by creating things that you can really have something to look forward to in the future. And I think that, you know, now that's the year that I think we're all faced with the same thing. So I really want to have a very creative year without putting too much out, so that next year I can put a lot out.
今年よりも来年にぜひぜひじゃあ注目していただきたいと思います。いろいろお答えいただきましてありがとうございました。Thank you so much.
ありがとうございます。どうもありがとう、Mr. Hi, I'm Mika, and I want to say a huge hello and a thank you to all the fans and watchers of TVGroove. I've had a lot of fun in this interview. It's been an absolute pleasure and also an honor to be able to play Japan several times already, and just in the past 9 months. So thank you. Thank you for being some of the best fans in the world.
はい、ありがとうございます。MIKAさんでした。
And you're all invited to my kitchen.
In the kitchen.